We have some good news. The San Francisco 49ers kicker, Jake Moody, has been named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week in his very first performance of the season against the Jets, where he made 6 field goals. Jake Moody was highly involved in that game, and he was able to make every single kick. Those 6 kicks he hit from 46 yards out, 51, then 31, 53, and 23. So you got everything in between. Shortest being 23-yard field goal. Also added a 42-yarder on that, and the longest being 53. So he was able to hit from every spot on the field. And so Jake Moody coming away with a early reward in the season, and honestly well deserved. I know there was a lot made about Jake Moody being selected in the third round, and then some of the early misses within the season last year as a rookie. And you could tell as the season progressed, he was able to calm down, build more confidence, and started making more kicks. Really, that's always kind of been the thing with Moody. I think he has a great leg. He clearly can boot the ball. And that's never been the early kind of concerns with him. It was just, the pressure. The 49ers fan base, we present a lot of pressure because the fan base is very passionate. And when you go from a player like Robbie Gould, who was never missed in the playoffs, and then you transition that into a drafted kicker, the expectations just shift to what Robbie did, and you put that on a rookie, and that can be a lot. That could be a lot of already. I would have to say the kicker position has to be the most pressurized position in football, not named the quarterback, because you only have one job and it's up to you to get it done. Everyone's eyes are always on you when it's your turn to step onto the field. And it's likely in crucial moments of the game, especially game winning moments. So, being a kicker, although they don't play a ton, when they do, it matters. So for Jake Moody to come out, hit 6 field goals against the Jets, again from various ranges, the deepest being 53-yard kick. It's just a good sign. And this was my feel from training camp as well. When Jake Moody was kicking last season, I felt like we were all hyper focused on Moody. Was he hitting? Was he missing? Where was he hitting from? And all those different types of things. Where this year's training camp is like, oh, Moody's up to kick. All right, we're fine. And to me, that spoke to the confidence that he's been able to build throughout his rookie season. And I think that is going to, as I've talked about, is going to transition into this season where he has more confidence in himself. And the pressure is kind of relieved a little bit because he's now done it. And 49er fans have have built a much larger level of faith in his ability to get the job done. Whereas before it was an unknown. We didn't know how he was going to react in certain situations, and we have it. We saw him kick in the Super Bowl. He made a booming kick in the Super Bowl. So he's capable and the confidence is there, and I'm happy. I'm happy that we hit on this one. Obviously, as being a draft nerd, don't love the idea of drafting kickers regardless of who it is or whatever. But with Moody coming in, he's proven to be a great teammate. He's proven to be worth the selection. I know some people will still scoff at that idea, but again, for me to feel comfortable with it, I just needed to see him have that confidence and be able to just make the kicks. And he's done it. And so to me, I'm okay with it as long as the reason why it terrifies me to draft a kicker is because you could be like the guy who was drafted after Moody, Chad Ryland. He's already been released from the Patriots after one season. He was a fourth round draft picked right after Jake Moody. So again, we've heard the horror stories with Robert Aguayo, a second round drafted kicker, complete bust, just never did anything in the NFL. And then you hear the stories of all the undrafted free agent guys who come out and have phenomenal careers. So it's always, that's, I think, where the conversation happens of drafted kickers versus non-drafted kickers is, it's just a lot of pressure. That's what we talked about on draft night. It was a lot of pressure. From a kicking perspective, it was like the amount of pressure of being drafted in the third round. I likened it to being a top 5 quarterback selected. When you're drafted that high as a kicker, there's a lot of pressure that comes along with it. You're expected to be great. You're expected to be a Pro Bowler, a guy who wins NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. That's what's expected of you. So, Jake Moody, he's holding up his end of the bargain, and he is now your NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Well deserved after a great performance on Monday Night Football in front of the whole world to see. Did a fantastic job, nailed all his kicks, and really, again, put the 49ers in a good position to win that football game. And very excited about how Jake Moody has come on and continues to develop. And the thing is, I still think the arrow is up for Jake Moody as he gets more comfortable and continues to build that callus in these pressure situations and develops more of that ice water in his veins. Jake Moody has the opportunity to be a good kicker, and a better than a good kicker. He has the opportunity to do something special with this franchise. So I'm really, really excited about that. Let me know what you guys think about Jake Moody getting the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Drop it in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.